What are some tips to increase my milk supply? I'm going to go over 5 commonly shared tips. Do these tips work? You should take my milk supply quiz. Let's go.
Hi Mommy, my name is Mary Cahill and I'm a certified lactation counselor. I help mommies like you to be confident and successful in their breastfeeding journey.
Moms will often ask me if these commonly shared tips work. Well, there's not usually a yes or no cut and dry answer, but there is an easy, for sure, guaranteed way to make more breast milk, and I'm going to get to that in just a minute.
Quick side note, if you have a forceful letdown, you can just about sneeze and make more breast milk. So if you have this condition and you're trying to increase your milk supply, that can make things worse for you and for baby. If you're not sure if you have this condition, please check out my video, Do I Have a Forceful Letdown?
So let's start the milk supply quiz. How many can you get right? Tip number 1, power pumping. Will power pumping make me more breast milk? If you're not familiar with what power pumping is, it's where you'll use a manual or electric pump and pump for 20 minutes, then take a 10-minute break. Pump for 10 minutes, take a 10-minute break, and then pump for 10 minutes. Will this work? Is my answer going to be yes, no, mostly yes, or I don't usually recommend it? My answer is mostly yes. Power pumping can be effective, but the part that's missing in power pumping is stimulation. So for it to be effective, you need to add breast massage. So you'll want to do breast massage before you start the power pumping session and then in between each pumping session. Tip number 2, will drinking tons of water make me more breast milk? Will I answer yes, no, mostly yes, or I don't usually recommend it? Actually, my answer is no. According to research, drinking more water won't make you more breast milk. Breast milk is made by your white blood cells, not by the fluids that you take in. You would need to be very dehydrated for it to affect your milk supply. I have moms that tell me I drank so much water that I sloshed when I walked, and I still didn't make more breast milk. That's because that's not what makes more breast milk. But we're going to get to that in just a minute. And if you want to drink extra water, then go right ahead. It won't hurt you. Water's great for you. And it's important that you do stay hydrated, but you only need to drink to thirst. And if your milk supply is low, drinking extra water is not going to make you more milk. The same with if you decide you want to wean baby and you want to dry up your milk supply. If you quit drinking water, it won't dry up your milk supply any faster. Now on to our third commonly shared tip, and that's Galactagogues. If you're not sure what a Galactagogue is, that's a food or supplement or herb to increase your milk supply. Things like oatmeal, fenugreek, goat's root, and a whole list of others. Now, will I say that these will help you to increase your milk supply? Is the answer yes, no, mostly yes, or I don't usually recommend it? The answer is I don't usually recommend it. Now, some of these things like fenugreek can actually reduce milk supply for some moms. It's just not what actually makes more milk for all moms. Now, I know that a lot of moms won't agree with me on this one. However, the American Academy of Breastfeeding Medicine says that there's not sufficient evidence to show that a Galactagogue will make more breast milk. They've actually found that it's more of a placebo effect. If you want to eat lots of oatmeal, that's great. It's good for you. Eat all the lactation cookies you want, but don't expect them to make you more breast milk. Remember, we're going to get to that in just a minute. If you decide to try an herb, you want to be cautious because some aren't really great for baby or for mom. They can lower mom's blood sugar, causing her to have hypoglycemia. On to tip number 4. Will smelling my baby help me to make more breast milk? Am I going to answer yes, no, mostly yes, or I don't usually recommend it? For this one, I'm going to answer mostly yes. So holding, smelling, even just thinking about baby helps your body to release the hormone oxytocin, and that helps to move your milk out to have a letdown. Now, on its own, just holding a baby won't make you more breast milk, but it does help. Did you get those first 4 right? Let me know in the comments how you're doing. And if you've learned anything, could you give my video a thumbs up? Okay, now we're on to tip number 5. Will it help me to make more breast milk if baby is latched on my breast as often as possible and as long as possible? Will I answer yes, no, mostly yes, or I don't usually recommend it? My answer is definitely yes. That's what makes more breast milk guaranteed for all moms, to have baby latched at the breast for as long as possible and as often as possible. Even if baby seems like they're not actively sucking anymore and they're just using you as a human pacifier, that's great for your milk supply. It stimulates your milk supply. Baby's mouth on your breast moves differently than a pump, and so a pump just cannot duplicate exactly what a baby can do. Plus, baby's saliva is actually absorbed into your breast, telling your body to make more milk. Now, if your baby can't latch at the breast, you can still do this with a pump, but you need to add the massage for stimulation because the pump doesn't stimulate the same. So you need to add lots and lots of breast massage before and during your pumping session. So what makes more breast milk are 3 keys, and that's moving milk out, moving milk often, and stimulation. So you need to pump, and you need to pump at least as often as baby eats, plus add that massage. Or the very best and the easiest is to have baby at the breast as often and as long as possible. How did you do on the quiz, Mommy? Let me know in the comments. Plus, if you have any other breastfeeding questions, you can ask them there and I'll get back to you just as soon as possible. Now that you know exactly what makes more breast milk for all moms, you'll be able to help yourself, plus other moms around you for future generations. If you want to learn more about breastfeeding, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I usually have a video coming out every week. Thanks a lot, Mommy. You got this.